Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of Arena Cube Seal. Now, I do think this event is overpriced, especially because it only gives you back your money at 4 wins and it gives you gems at 5 wins, which is honestly a lot to expect, and the rewards aren't that good. So if I was doing this just for my own sake, I would probably not use my gold, but I'm doing this to kind of give you an idea of what to expect, and then you can decide if this event is worth your money or not. But even if I don't want to do this, especially for myself, let me enjoy it might as well. So let's hope we open a Teferi because Teferi is in the set. And without further ado, let's get into this. So I'm already regretting buying this, but let's do it. And let's hope we open our Teferi. So let's check these one by one. You know what's happening? Did I get? How many rares did I get? This is actually not that bad. This is cool. So let's check our rares first. And let's see what we might build around. So our white cards are good. So I like this, and this. This is especially good and paired with any of our pressure pieces. The Piper is also amazing, honestly. The Agent of Treachery is good. Midnight Reaper is good. The Captivating Crew is a good finisher. Honestly, like 4 mana, gain control of anything you want. Our green is decent. I mean, we have Ghalta, but Ghalta isn't really what I like doing in Magic, but I probably think that the 12/12 Trample is gonna win me the game. The Thundershoot Dryad is also super good, and we might even splash these two. They're not that hard to splash. Besides that, I don't like our green cards that much. And we do have abilities to splash in red and white. Alright, so we're not behind that much. So let's check our mythics, just for me to have an idea. So we have a Heliod, so we're probably going, and we have a board wipe. So we're definitely playing white. Question is are we playing green with the white, and what color are we pairing our white with? So the white is definitely what we're looking into. I don't know if you have enough token abilities to create this. This reminds me of my video I did a couple of days before, and you probably remember it. At least I hope you remember it, because it was such a fun video to make. This is a good enough card for me to splash red for, and it's easy to splash depending on how good our mana is, and I like Deseret. So I'm keeping the cards that I'm considering playing because they're good. This is a good card if we end up in red. I'm probably gonna play it, so let's just have an idea of what we're planning to play. And if we play Tesseret or splash red for this, we might splash Ral. Not sure yet, can't promise anything. So let's check our rares. So what seems exciting in these? Thalia is a... I don't like it that much because there's not probably that many non-creature spells in Cube. I like this a lot because it's a removal spell. Honestly, it's just a removal spell paired with a creature. This is good because it takes the tempo a lot of our opponent's turn, and it's even a flyer, so it's decent. This is also good if it's not stopped. I'm excited about Reaper, and I'm excited about this if it's not easily answered. Priest is decent, and this I'm very excited about that as well, especially because it only requires you to sacrifice 3 rats, so it shouldn't take you that much to take control of something. Our green is definitely good with the Dryad and with the Ghalta. I'm not gonna deny that Ghalta is good, but we have a Steam Vents, we have a Temple of Plenty, we have a Sacred Foundry, we have this. So splashing for red wouldn't be the hardest thing to do. So I'm considering playing red, white, blue, depending on... This is probably gonna be something I play as well. This depending on how many historic spells we have. And so far I'm leaning towards red and blue. Depending on our uncommons and commons, I'm gonna change my mind. We're probably gonna play Agent of Treachery and this. These I'm still not sure depending on what we have. So let's check out our colors. This is usually what I like to do when I play these kinds of events. So this is solid. So far I have 1 solid cards I like. This is solid removal. Probably playing that. We are playing that. And this can just stall out the game a bunch, so I like it, especially if you're gonna go with the route I'm considering. This is decent, but I don't think it's decent enough. They don't have that many flyers just yet. Checking these colors out, so I don't like it that much just yet. So white could be our secondary color. If I end up playing blue, I'm probably gonna play Lonely Sandbar. Charter Course is definitely something I will include. This, not that sure just yet. Our blue isn't that strong, we need to keep that in mind. Our blue is definitely not our strong color. I mean, I don't think I would splash just for one color. After I saw my blue is pretty bad. So let's check out our black, and I hope we have some bunch of black removal. So we have Agonizing Remorse and we have Myra's Grasp. pushing me into black very seriously. This is also good, especially if we pair it up with the Outlaw's Merriment. And I think it's better than just splashing for a Planeswalker. Maybe we go with... let's see. So if we play Mardu, we have Kroxa, we have Ethereal Absolution, we gain access to Angrath as well, Grey Merchant, Eldritch Reborn. Yeah, I think we were probably going black. This is also super good. And this is just an Awakener that reanimates anything in our graveyard. You were probably going black, so let's forget about blue, even though our blue is decent. I don't think I like... We'll just decide if we're playing red or not based on our red cards. So we're probably not playing this, or this. I don't want to play aggro, even though I have a pretty decent start. Yeah, and I don't like our red that much either. I think probably playing probably this is a very good finisher, and maybe Tybalt just to like stall out the game a bunch. Maybe, no, not really. I thought it was a cycle land. And the Electro Dominance is also a decent card. It's removal and tempo, so we're not losing a bunch of tempo. Our green is not the best. I mean, don't get me wrong. These are good green cards. I'm not gonna say about Vivian, about Thundershoot Dryad, about Ghalta. And I'm sorry for any of you Timmies that want me to play green, but I don't think our green is worth it that much for me to just go into green. I mean, sure, I'll play Ghalta, I'll play this, but then what? Like, what do we do? I feel bad for having a cure and not playing the colors, and not even playing it with the raw cards, but I mean, we're probably not going to benefit that much from being into green. At least that's my opinion. I might be wrong, you might think another way, but that's honestly what I think we should do. I think we're going to end up in Mardu, especially with how good our cards are. So let's start making the selection right now. So we made our opinion with what we're going to play. Let's start considering what route we're going with. So we can play a kind of strategy that wants you to stall. And Kroxa is an insane card to have in a Mardu deck. Outlaw's Merriment is also good. Angrath is good because like it amasses and it gives all of our good cards menace. Like for example, Kroxa will now have menace. These tokens will have menace. Temples are probably going to be played. Sacred Foundry is probably going to get played. And besides that, we don't have that much color fixing. I think we have a Temple of Silence if I'm not wrong. And a Godless Shrine and a Scoured Barrens. Alright, so we're definitely gonna play in Mardu, and I think it's not gonna be that hard to play in these colors. I'm even considering this temple to just have a bunch of more scry effects. We never know, I might consider it. So this searches artifacts or enchantments, so depending on how many we own, I might actually consider this. Verix is a good card. Electro Dominance is good. Captivating Crew is good. Ethereal Absolution is amazing. I honestly believe it's an amazing card to have in this kind of deck, especially because where is it? I can just keep on stalling with this effect, and all of our token producers just grow. This becomes way better with the Absolution. I mean, this is good even if we have like a bunch of enchantments, but I don't think splashing 4 white is gonna be an easy job. Like right now, we're not really white based except like our hardest constraint is playing this on turn 4, but it's not that huge of a deal if we play it on 5. Doesn't lose that much value. Might play this as just a 2 mana first strike to kind of stall out for a bit, and it just gets better as the game goes along. This, we're definitely gonna play it. We're definitely gonna play this. And we're definitely gonna play that. And right now, Eldritch Reborn, I think it's decent enough. This is good enough. Grey Merchant, I'll still consider depending on how heavy black we are. Maya's Grass is an insane removal spell. Banishing Light is also an insane removal spell. Where is it? Banishing Light is in. Baffling End is in. Where is the rest? But we might play Thalia just as a blocker. This is a solid removal spell, so it's probably in. Heliod, I'm not sure just yet. Spark Harvest is in. Agonizing Remorse is in. The Board Wipe is definitely in. This probably will be the best card in our deck. Where is it? Where's our 5 mana giant? This is such a good card in this kind of event. It's limited, so like board wiping one time is gonna be pretty hurtful for our opponent, but I don't know how overpowered this cube is, honestly. So you still have access to 4 cards, so probably, let's see how many creatures we have so I can check if the Awakener is worth playing. We have 7, so I'm gonna decide in just a bit. This is good. I've definitely shows that this is good enough to play. How many 2-drops do we have? How many creatures do we have in the 2-drop slot? So we have 8 creatures. It doesn't tell me how many creatures are in the 2-drop slot. I'll manually check that. So except for, I'm not going to consider this a 2-drop, so we have that. So we might consider playing this as a blocker and then just something to close the game out with. This is good enough because it stalls us to our win conditions. I like this as well. I mean, you can drop it at turn 3 and sometimes just make this into a 4/4 Vigilance First Strike. I think that's a pretty good combo. And we still need to make one card. Thalia or Heliod. Heliod is probably never going to become a creature in this kind of deck. And I'm not sure about playing her because 3 white mana on turn 3 seems like it's a bit taxing for us. So even though the payoff is huge, I don't think I can easily play something with 3 white on turn 3. Like, our deck is a bit white based, but I don't want to take that risk of just never having it. And I don't think the payoff is worth the risk. This is good, especially because it can tap down larger things. If you don't need it later on, we can just Spark Harvest it. And maybe a Haunted Witness because it stalls out a bit. So let's check out our deck right now. I'm not going to play this because our Black Devotion isn't that huge. I'm still considering the Awakener, honestly. Even if she just attacks once and gets me back one thing, that's pretty good. And this is also a good thing, but the same problem. We don't want to have a double black spell on turn 3. Just risk not playing it on curve, and I think it loses value the longer the game takes. So right now, this is what we have. Midnight Reaper is a solid card. I think I should include Reaper. But what do I remove? That's the question. Captivating Crew is a good enough card to play. And sometimes Electrodominus is just gonna have us cast a bunch of things for free. Like, imagine Electrodominus for 5, kill something, and then just play maybe the Eldest Reborn. That's a pretty good combo that I'm excited to play. So Heliod, even though he's a god, I don't think he's gonna be turned on in our deck enough, and I don't want to play a 3-mana enchantment that just makes me pay 2 to give something lifelink. Don't want that. So I think that's our deck. Yeah, I think probably that is going to be our deck. We need to make one cut. Let me decide what that is. This is good. This is good. This is even good as just exiling cards from the graveyard. If there's a bunch of graveyard decks running around. I mean, I think our deck is solid enough, and I think it's good enough. Even our 4-drops are like double black, and this is like the major mana constraint we have, but it's not that huge of a mana constraint. We can even like suicide one of our creatures to lose 1 life, draw a card, and trigger Spectacle, and then we can just play it. Because like Spectacle says only one player loses that much life, doesn't specify who needs to lose the life. Let's see. So it's either between Haunted Witness or Lone Enforcer, and I like the Lone Enforcer more. Let's call our deck Mardu Control, and let's give it a Chandra sleeve. So we are playing Mardu Control. Because like our payoffs, we are technically a control deck, so we have our removal spells, we have our discard spells, we have our removal spell, I'm gonna consider this a removal spell. We have ways to stall with Afterlife, and then we have a finisher, which is Varix, we have Outlaws of Merriment, we have Eldest Reborn, Absolution, and we have a board wipe, and we have even Erebos' Intervention. I think we're pretty good as a control spell. These are also amazing cards to have. How many creatures do we have? That's the question. We have 11 creatures, so I think we're gonna be fine. At least I hope so. Let's apply styles so we can play in style. Yes, give me the Theros Mountains. And with that, let's get into our games. So we're done, and let us do this. And yes, I love how my deck is Mardu Control, but an Azorius card is the face of the deck. So let's do this. I'm actually pretty excited to do this. I was forced to do it for you guys, not really forced. I want to give you like an idea of what to do and what not to do in Magic. And I'm sorry, Ajani is my avatar. It should have been Teferi, but what happens, happens. And this on turn 4, I think is good enough for me to keep the hand. We have removal. You have an easy way to drop this on turn 4, and we have Scry lands. So let's Scry right off the bat. Try to get like a creature. A Midnight Reaper with this feels amazing to do. Like, imagine I can just keep on attacking with these. And then even if they die, I'm super fine with that because they can just give me a bunch of value. And if he blocks them, he just draws me a card, and then they gain life. Yeah, I think this deck is pretty solid. I think this deck is gonna be pretty solid. Telemander is an annoying card, but I think we can deal with it, and I'm probably going to. Because, I mean, I don't know how easily you can deal with that. Hang Executioner kind of answers that question. We'll just play that and kind of try to make him do something about it. Maybe force him to go into like a dive down kind of effect or something like that. And then if he has like Agonizing Remorse, he's playing 4 colors. So we go from me not wanting to play a double color spell on turn 3 to someone playing 4 colors. I'm actually excited to see what my opponent's gonna bring out. He offers us the trade, and I am going to take his offer just to see what he has. If it's a dive down, I'm fine, because I'd rather much resolve. Okay, so no dive down, nothing. So our opponent is big on the flyers route. So do I drop the Merriment? I think we do. And then next turn, if we do this for 3, we kill that, and then we just play Midnight Reaper after that. And I think that's a good enough strategy to go with. And then we can even just use this effect to exile whatever he plays. I think we're pretty fine and we're pretty ahead. Like whatever he plays right now with what he's cried on top, we can just exile it if it's serious. I think we're fine. So he is playing 4 colors. And he plays the Awakener, which makes me kind of very happy that we did not use our removal spell on this. And okay, so they give us the thing with haste. I'm gonna attack just to like see what he might do. If he blocks, like my style is not gonna change that much, but it has haste, and I'm fine with attacking. We're gonna kill this probably, and I don't think he has a dive down because he traded his Salamander very easily. So he probably does not have it. I'm pretty sure he does not have it. If he has it, I mean, our opponent was pretty good to play around things. I mean, he probably suicided his Salamander because this can get it back. So I think he might have it, but I think it's worth taking the risk. So let's just auto pay and try to resolve our Midnight Reaper, and we're gonna play a Midnight Reaper. I am loving this deck. I am really loving this deck. And these just draw us cards whenever they do something. If he plays anything serious, you just exile it. And this has expert from white, but I think it's fine. And he has First Strike, which kind of kills our blockers, so that's also fine. I'm very happy with how this deck turned out. You can even do this. You can even do this to kill something for 5 if you draw a land. We don't draw a land. Let's just play Kroxa and draw a card and make him discard. I am seriously loving this deck. I'm still not sure about how much I love this event, but I am loving this deck. He discards a land, and that's fine. We just made him discard and drew a card. Agonizing Mire's Grasp is good. Let's just kill off this. And then make him take 5 and then get back the life with this. So like this is kind of doing nothing. He has a response. What could be his response? That's the question. So what are you doing, opponent? And he responds with nothing. I am very excited about where this is going. Let's just attack. I'm loving our deck. I'm honestly loving our deck. If he has something with flash and kills our Reaper, I'm pretty fine with that. He has a Brazen Bar that he just used to make this a turn later. I mean, we're so ahead, it's not even funny. If he just blocks next turn, I mean, that's still fine. You can just do this for 6 if you draw a land. You don't draw a land, we can do it for 3, kill this, force him to block with this. I don't even know if you want to do any of that. I think just attacking and then playing Eldest Reborn is also a fine line of play, and I think we're gonna go with that line of play. Yeah, just attacking with everything. If he blocks this, we just exile whatever he doesn't block with it. I think we're pretty ahead. Yeah, so he does play Borrower. If he blocks the 1-1 with Borrower, I'm gonna be fine with that. He still has to block all of these, and then we play Eldest Reborn, and then just I think the game is pretty much over in this stage. So yeah, the game is definitely over. So now Eldest Reborn, let's give him the good game because it is over, guys. Chromium did what Chromium promised to. Then we can even Erebos' Intervention. I think I'm gonna go with Erebos' Intervention, then just have something take -5 and then gain 5 life, and then if he drops anything next turn, we kill him with a token. Autopay. And now if he even top decks a creature, we just play Eldest Reborn and then just win that way. I hope he top decks a Planeswalker. Oh my god, that's gonna be so funny. He doesn't even top deck anything. Let's just end this game. Let's just end his dreams. I mean, Kroxa, even if he doesn't like come back from the graveyard with Escape, you can just use it as a that feels so good to kill. That feels so good to kill. Honestly, guys, that feels so good to kill. I'm gonna give him the nice. I mean, a pretty annoying opponent to play against. Let's just give him Eldritch Reborn. And I'm so ahead that I can even take a turn off and nothing serious is gonna happen. And our opponent is reading the Eldritch Reborn. He probably came into Arena pretty late. Maybe he doesn't know about all the Eldraine cards. And that's actually my connection. No. Why is my connection What's happening? I need to stop saying I'm the best and all of that because it is killing my connection. I'm gonna fix internet problem and I'm gonna get back into you real quick. So we're trying to go back into our game and I honestly hope that we did not lose. It's probably karma for me just being such an annoying opponent, but yes, we did not lose, and I think I just took a turn off even without me wanting to take a turn off because I think my screen probably passed to my opponent. I hope we're not that behind. And no, we're still in our turn. Is it our turn? Yeah, it is our turn. So game, please let me do my in-game actions. And then let's just play the Eldritch Reborn and pass. I'm so happy that we did not lose. Alright, so Eldritch Reborn, make him play. If he doesn't play his card, if he has to play whatever he draws. If he doesn't play it, he's just gonna discard it too. And he concedes. And with that, let's go into our game number 2.